Oh baby! 500,000! Almost 463,927. Eidolon hunting, one of the few activities in Warframe that, from my humble point of view, resemble somewhat an endgame. And today we're going to be talking about the Daikyu versus Eidolons, this fantastic weapon that up until recently we haven't really looked at it as being a viable Eidolon hunting weapon. But thankfully to the recent changes, it had a massive increase on the base critical chance, up to 34% from 20%. And keep in mind that this puppy can deal 700 base damage on a fully charged arrow with no mods whatsoever. So mathematically speaking, that made it viable for one-shotting Eidolon Cenovias. So let's talk about the Daikyu and Eidolon hunting. First of all, when it comes to Eidolon killers, there are two main frames. First of all, Daddy Chroma. Now, Daddy Chroma is the reliable choice. He's solid, he's 100% a fantastic Eidolon slayer, but he's not the one that deals the most amount of damage. He's the one that is definitely the most comfortable. So when you want a smooth ride, you take Chroma, but when you want the most amount of damage, you take Mirage Prime. Link in the cards right now for a full vid on Mirage versus Chroma, Vex armor versus Eclipse buff. They work very differently, and at the end of the day, Mirage does deal a whole lot more damage than Chroma. But for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to be showcasing the Daikyu and its capabilities both with Chroma and with Mirage, because the problem with Mirage is that even though she does deal more damage, she's not as reliable. She's harder to pull off. It requires more of the player, and when you're farming Eidolon Hunts regularly, you don't really want a challenge, you just want to glide through them as smoothly as you can and get your arcane energized, of course. Now let's talk about them builds, shall we? Starting off with Chroma. This will be your standard build for your 957 Selfish Chroma, or the most common Chroma build when it comes to Eidolon hunting. Now by this point you should be fully aware that we're not really using Serration on Chroma because of how Vex armor works. The short explanation would be something like, there comes a point because of how Vex armor functions and how it amplifies damage, that stacking on more elemental damage is a whole lot more efficient than stacking on Serration or something like Heavy Caliber. That's why we don't use Serration or Heavy Cal on Chroma when it comes to Eidolon hunting. But of course this will apply to 957 Chroma or Selfish Chroma. Let's have a quick look at the build. Nothing special here. Rifle lamp instead of something like corrosive projection, or instead of something like Deadeye, simply because we're not going to be using a sniper rifle. We're going to be using a primary weapon, and the bonus from rifle lamp does apply to the Daikyu. Your final mod slot can be something like prime cryo rounds, but in terms of damage, it's simply not as good as slapping on one more 60/60 mod that will be contributing to the radiation. Something like high voltage, or something like more heat, for example. Wildfire or thermite rounds, it doesn't really matter. So again, in terms of damage, add more electricity or more heat, the most amount of radiation you can. And of course that will come back to the fact that radiation has 75% bonus damage against Eidolon Cenovias instead of 25% that prime cryo rounds has. If you factor in the 957 buff from Vex armor, you will see that you are getting more from 60% electricity or 60% heat. That's a mouthful. Yes, I know it's a mouthful. Now, so if you're just running the Daikyu with Chroma and you don't have a Riven for the weapon, your build can look something like this. It doesn't matter if it's a 60/60 mod or not, because Eidolons are immune to status effects. You don't really care about that, so you can simply plug in something like Wildfire or Thermite rounds in this last mod slot. It doesn't really matter. All you want to get is 5,334 radiation. Now keep in mind that the value that you see here right now is affected by this rifle lamp, right? Because if I put on something else, let's say, I don't know, pistol lamp, for example, you'll see that the value has gone down to 4,200, right? So again, do try to use rifle lamp if you have it. Corrosive projection shouldn't really be used on Chroma, okay? The rest of your team should use it, but there you go. So this will be the build that you should be using with the Daikyu. The build I'm going to be showcasing is the most powerful build I could show you, because that seemed honest. So I went for the Daikyu Criticon with critical chance multi-shot and minus damage to Grenier. So check out what Chroma can do with the Daikyu. Looking at it. One shot, baby, one shot. Awesome, great job, guys. One shot with the Daikyu. United down. Ready to shoot. I'm going to use the Volt Shield this time. I'm looking for a... There we go. Oh my god, the damage on that red crit. 84,000 plus, dude. Through the Volt Shield, like a champion. The red crit was because of Vigilante armaments. Alright, and... Damn it, stupid lure. Oh, V, goddammit, it was you with the lures, one shot. You did it on purpose, didn't you? Didn't you? Gotta love this guy. Every time I hunt Eidolons with him, he is the best Trinity, and I mean by far. Okay, by far. But he always gets the lures in front of me just to piss me off. Thank you for the Volt Shields, they're beautiful. I'm gonna teleport right after he falls. Here we go. We got two, alright. I'm aiming, I'm looking for the face. Oh my god, the damage, Jesus! You guys gonna love it on the vid, man. It was beautiful. Teleport successful.
Oh,
it was like, I think it was like over 200,000. It was a single red shot because the others didn't get a chance to hit because the first shot one-shotted it, kind of. Teleport successful, Kixki. Go on to the point, buddy.
Oh yeah, because it's projectile weapon, so not everything hits.
It's projectile weapon, so it works really well with the Volt Shield. Beautifully well, beautifully. Thank you guys, that was beautiful. Come on, stream, tell me you love it. Tell me you love it. Love it? Stream is smooth, yes. Thank you.
Hashtag still better than Lanka.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, if it comes down to this or the Lanka, just take this. Oh, that was 99% of it, I think. Almost a one-shot, but almost is not a one-shot. Now, if you go Mirage, that's gonna do a lot more damage, so you can just go Mirage if you can explain to the other members of your party, hey, Mirage works, link in the cards right now, boys, for a full tutorial on Mirage and Eidolon hunting. She works really well and she does more damage than Chroma, I promise! One-shot, easy, easy, easy. I wanna shoot that. Oh, that was beautiful! Beautiful! Awesome. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Awesome. Hold on. I can't see the joint. There's simply too much effects on the goddamn screen. There. Yeah, man. The one-shots are like 7 times out of 10. Right? 7 to 8 times out of 10, it's a one-shot with the Daikyu. With a Riven. Okay, with a Riven. Yeah. One shot. Nice and easy. Unairo down.
What is the teleport?
What? Teleport?
Someone asked about teleport.
Oh, the teleport. Basically, you just drag the lures onto the point and the loot spawns on one of the lures. The one that was hooked initially to the Eidolon. That's why initially Chroma does the teleport and then the Trinity or the Oberon, depending on who you got to take care of those lures. It's a very simple procedure that will cause you to gain a couple of seconds, okay? Don't think it's the end all be all, but if you're part of one of those groups that wants to like get the absolute best time they can, then it will matter to you. One shot. Oh, the damage numbers, so beautiful. Pretty.
You know it.
There's now just basically good normal missions with good drops.
I guess you can look at it like that if you want to. It's not the only point of view you should take into account, though, in my opinion. Contained, my friends, contained. I advise falling back.
Yeah, easy Koba, exactly.
Okay, don't shoot it. Oh, baby! 500,000, almost. 463,927, if I saw that correctly. 500,000 almost worth of damage. I mean, that's Jesus. I know another weapon that does that amount of damage. It's called the Velocitus. Yeah, that's Velocitus level of damage. Oh, we're done? Oh, okay. I was just getting used to hitting it. What?
Energize!
Really? We got energized?
Yes! We finally get some platinum!
Oh yeah! Nice! I could use some because I'm totally broke. Nice! Awesome! Alright. Yo, Nvidia Shadow Play is superb, works phenomenal. Thank you for the tip, I'm so happy now. Hey. My pleasure. With the heart symbol, of course. Oh crap, wrong guy. My pleasure. Okay, guys, now I'm gonna pick up Mirage. As you saw there, the performance is absolutely fantastic. So if you have a strong Daikyu Riven, you're going to be getting guaranteed one-shots. Okay, 80% of the time, 85% of the time. If you don't have a Riven, you're looking at a one-shot every 20-30% of the time, if not a two-shot. So it's not perfect, definitely not. Now, when we're talking about Mirage Prime, she doesn't really need a Riven for consistent one-shot. So the build you're going to be seeing is this one, with Serration, Hellfire, nothing special on the build. Spring-Loaded Broadhead, since we brought this one up, is not negotiable. Not on Chroma, not on Mirage, not on anybody. You need this mod for the optimal amount of damage out of the Daikyu. Just keep in mind to be at least 15 meters away from those Xenovias. Now check out what Mirage can do. One more thing before I forget, make sure to grab a Sentinel, whatever Sentinel you want. You can take the Helios, you can take the Jin, the Carrier, it doesn't really matter, but make sure that on the Sentinel's weapon, you plug in all the 4 Vigilante mods. Even if the Sentinel dies completely, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna be getting the bonus from the set. So that's a bit of free DPS. Alright, here we go. One shot! Easy! So this is no Riven, just Mirage being awesome. And my fantastic team, of course, backing me up. Vital proc, heat proc. One shot. Guanado's down. I got heat proc, looking for the one shot. Firing, easy. Vital, heat, got it. Looking for the one shot.
That was actually not bad.
Looking. Nice one. Easy. Easy one shot. Somebody add up all that damage. I'm gonna teleport, follow me. Teleport is successful. One shot on the limb. Got heat, ready to go. One shot. Guanado's down. That was not a one shot, that was like 80%. A fluke there mostly. One shot made easy. Easy. Who'da thunk it, guys? Eidolon hunting with the bow. And to be honest, the whole being projectile and all whatnot doesn't really affect you all that much on the Daikyu, because you got the projectile flight speed of 140 meters per second, post-update of course. And if you are going to hunt with something like the Tomb Finger, that one has I think 95 meters per second flight speed. So it's a lot easier than hunting with something like the Tomb Finger. It's not hit scan, but you're basically kinda there. It doesn't really matter. Again, just keep in mind to have at least 15 meters away from your target because of Spring-Loaded Broadhead. Yes.
Waypoint.
Yeah. Roger that, I'm coming. First I need my heat proc. Okay, where's the waypoint? Gotcha. Clones are up. That was not as much damage as I thought, but that was almost 500,000 damage again. On the second shot it dealt 477,000 unless I saw wrong there. Beautiful, just beautiful. Not bad, is it? Definitely not. I love the weapon with Mirage. The problem with Mirage is that she's not consistent enough. We need a weapon that will allow us to consistently proc heat on ourselves, especially a melee weapon that doesn't proc anything else but heat. You can do it like I do it with something like a Exodia Contagion, but sometimes the bloody thing always wants to proc viral, and that's definitely not what we want. The build for Mirage was this one. You don't need this much power strength. I went a little bit overboard simply because I love this Warframe. And I think, my friends, that is pretty much it. I think we got a brand new Eidolon Hunter on our hands. You can play it without a Riven. It's fine. The prices for Daikyu Rivens are not exactly the cheapest Rivens on the market, but they're not as expensive as something like a Rubico. Yes, the Daikyu is not as effective as the Rubico, definitely not, but they're still cheaper than Lanka Riven, so there you go. You do have an option. As always, my name is Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you got any sorts of feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. Oh, also in the comment section down below, if you guys want to suggest a particular weapon review or versus. In all honesty, I can't exactly guarantee you that it will be done by next time or even within a week, but I can promise you that I will be reading through each and every comment. If you love the content, consider supporting us via Patreon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye!